Yeah, Barnsley's a long way from here, so it's been quite a long journey. I think it's hard to say how many years I've been playing now. It's roughly my 15th year, I think, playing for England. So I've had a long career, a few interruptions with the old back injuries, but haven't missed that many major tournaments, to be honest. I think this World T20 was the first time I missed a major tournament. So I'm really happy with the things that I've achieved, and the team that I've been a part of has been really successful, and just a really strong, tight unit that I've made many friends from, and had many memories. So I'd say I've had a pretty good career, and hopefully I've got a couple more years yet. It's been a huge change. When I first started, I was worried I would be one of those girls that played in skirts and end up with black knees and bruises everywhere, but I just missed that era. So it was lovely to come into it. I think I came into it at a good time. I learnt a lot from the likes of Charlotte Edwards and Claire Taylor at the beginning of my career, which really humbled me, and then moving on, becoming a leader and being the oldest member of the squad. It's just, it's a huge change, and the how far women's cricket's got is huge, and that's been brilliant by the backing of the ECB and the ICC as well, and FICA supporting us, and it's just been brilliant. Like the tournaments we're part of, and the amount of media coverage and fan support is being awesome, and especially since we've been here, coming to India, it's always a major sport, and we love being part of it, even when the crowd is against us. I'd say I've had a pretty tough upbringing, and I think throughout that I've gained a lot of resilience and a lot of fight back. I'd regard myself as quite mentally strong, quite headstrong, and you have to be in international sport. It can either be a really cutthroat place to be, it can be quite lonely sometimes, and as you know, injuries can end careers or really stall them. So it's how you come back from it, and I always try and put my front foot forward and take everything head on, and my attitude is that nothing will defeat me, so I'm very stubborn in that way, and and I guess that's why I always come back at the end of it. Yeah, the current team is brilliant. Like I said, I've seen the Indian team for the last 15 years, and I'd say it was been 5-year progressions. We used to play cricket obviously 15 years ago, and it would be going at 1, 2 and over. These days, 6 and over is quite normal, and people are quite aggressive. The nature of cricket, the wickets are better, the outfields are quicker, and it generally is quite tough conditions to play in, and I really love that. I love a challenge, and I want to bowl at the best batsman in the world and know where I am with that. And India themselves have proven that how much work they've put in the last 5 years. They've got a really solid team now, and a lot of strength and depth in both batting and bowling. So they're a very, very good team, not to be messed with, not to be underestimated, and we know we've got a big challenge ahead of ourselves here, and we're here to come. It's difficult really, because as a kid I always wanted to be really fast, but I knew I was always going to be short, and not a really tall seamer, but more of a short and stocky one, like Gough, if you like, and that was my inspiration. So I've just had to use what I've been given, and Goswami is the polar opposite to me. She's very tall and uses all her height and to get the bounce from the wicket, and you just got to use what you've got and make the best with it, and I guess that's what I've done so far. It depends whether you tour abroad, so if the big bash is around the corner and things like that, then there's not a great deal of time off, but I like to go to Chamonix in France, the mountains, and just take in the landscapes and just have some chill out time. There's not often a lot of time you get to completely switch off from cricket and not think about it, because it's quite hard just to play it, then go and watch it on TV, and then you end up you don't realise how much cricket you're doing. So I love my friends and family, and I try to see them as much as I can, and I don't let them talk to me about cricket. So yeah, not much time, but I make the best of what I get.
Two last short-term and long-term goals, like your career-wise?
Yeah, well, you just never know, do you? I'm not running in, steaming in and bowling as fast as I can anymore. I'm trying to be a bit more smart, a bit more intelligent with my bowling, rather than trying to break my back in half. So
can expect that again.
Yeah, exactly. I think I'd love to be a part of the Ashes this summer. I'd love to be a part of the T20 World Cup next year in Australia as well. So they're my two biggest goals, and that's what I'm working towards.